with the performance on Cloud9's map pick.
Yeah, they just look like the better individuals there, but if they can bounce back with a CT side start here, Cloud9, they're no slouches. They already had to take down Movistar Riders on Overpass in this tournament already. Before that, they had some matches at CS Summit against Fnatic, MIBR, NIP in the mix there. We don't want to go back as far as the 9-5 where they lost to Pact. We'll keep that one out of the conversation. I don't think that's relevant to right now.
OG sent here in the lower bracket by Team Liquid, a full 3-map affair. Team Liquid securing the win and a spot in the main event, and that's exactly what's up for grabs to the winner of this series as well. Loser goes home, probably playing from home, and so not too far to travel.
And we know that that isn't Issa as a CT, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get that one fixed for you ASAP. So don't be too confused, as they need to set up now just in case they were going to follow through and plant onto A swiftly. But
is it two nades or what?
Yeah, it's a double nade.
Okay.
But they've slowed the pace down so much that Cloud9 are going to start questioning whether or not the A commit is following through. Smoke's going to follow. They really want them to come for this A plant with these set nades. There's the smokes. They've landed. They're running into the site. Where are they going to plant for? Is it going to be the truck plant? Is it going to be the site plant? Bomb's going down default. The nades are coming now. Denied. Okay, well, 4v4.
That's what they were hoping for. That's what they were waiting for. And then you just hold W and get mowed down. Esatag has saved the day. 2 great headshots. Zeppa doesn't need to be called to action just yet because the headshots keep coming. And just like that, a pair of headshots for Essa and Alex. And they will take the pistol round. There was a lot riding on that plan in the default spot.
If those nades didn't get the kill, the bomb goes down, then the scramble doesn't happen, right? So the only reason that's possible is because as soon as the planter, he gets taken out of the equation, next person closest, which is probably everybody assuming on the OG side at that point, oh, we need a plant.
Someone do it.
They're leaving their lines of sight. They're no longer covering the choke points. And from there, Cloud9 swarm. And they grab themselves a pistol round. Now, we saw what happened on Nuke after they won the pistol. Let's see if they're able to deal with the Glocks that are coming through from OG. Let's say this shouldn't be too difficult. I really just want to wait and see. So if we're being completely honest here, this should be a Cloud9 2-0 start. It's 5 MP9s.
Wow,
I feel like is Elmer coaching or is Henry? Because if we're doing matchmaking strategies right now, this is looking awfully like one of ours with the 5 SMGs.
Yeah, you just got Chad saying, pan for pan, best gun in the game. Okay.
Still, that wasn't as good as before.
What?
Yeah, I liked the Aussie accent before. This time, I think you put it on a bit thick.
Damn it.
It's a bit like a Nadine right there.
Hi, guys.
Get your shuttle times for Katowice, eh?
Wee, yowie. He responds in kind, though. A quick burst from that MP9, a very comfortable first. And Mezzy, you've done your job. Mission accomplished. Make sure you're locking the door, holding middle. That's your task. Alex is working on himself. A lovely little injection of cash.
I think because they invested in 5 MP9s, everybody, or at least 4, need to stay alive, right? Because next round, you want to go for something bonusy.
They baited him as they charged down the stairs. He's looking one way. NBK's walked down the ladder.
Okay, well, this is already good for OG to get a kill, right? So there has to be a full reinvestment for at least one player, and they're still looking threatening now. They have a gun and a smoke.
Yeah, Alex is telling them, don't worry. Zeppa's got it on lock. NBK does have the recovered MP9, and Alex is going to want to finish this.
The eco bashers are coming.
Come here, you. Come here. And they only lose the one, so far so good. Cloud9 don't have to fret too much. In fact, it's probably quite nice to be having one person on a rifle. Zepp has 5k, 6 for Alex.
Alex could buy an AWP here, right? So you could go 4 MP9s and the AWP, and there you go. This is the exact bait you were talking about. And good stuff from MVK to convert that quickly. Zeppa mopping up any woes that they may experience over towards B, and then Alex pushing for that final frag. So the AWP comes out, and this is cool. I like this, because if they play heavy connector, or they go for sewer control at B, or keep the MP9s close monster, and OG fall into one of those areas, the MP9s will be great. The problem is, if they go long, and kind of stay away from the MP9 territory, Cloud9 are going to rely on Alex with that AWP. So early connector control with 3 players.
Mezzy does like a little bit of aggression, but look at where Alexi B's holding this.
This all comes down to timing on this, because you can see he has to worry about multiple angles. Cruel Mistress.
Good timing favours the Cloud9 members there, as he'll get himself an AK-47. Looks like a good bit of damage has been inflicted through that door. I think it's Esatag just throwing a cursory shots with his leaping MP9.
Well, they've already upgraded 1 AK.
For Mezzy, yeah, well, that's true. No longer having to struggle with the SMG, and he's disappeared, long gone, from the corpse of Alexi B.
All right, so you can see OG have to come back and clear everything out just in case Mezzy hangs around. We can see he's fallen all the way back. But OG don't know that. And Mezzy's repositioned to bathrooms.
Look at them.
Now.
They're actually re-aggressing. I'm just looking at the CTs. They're starting to establish toilet control, but it's at the cost of long. Will Essetag be jump peeking for the info? Is that the way they're going to go about it? No one's looking at long. There is a huge gap.
There's a smoke for Mezzy. If he smokes long, if he jump spot smokes long, it might be in just enough time. Yeah, he spotted a couple. Definitely spotted 2 now. Molly's good. Has a smoke to work with as well. I hope he drops this smoke. Yeah.
15. Mezzy, prime position to do damage here. The back turned. They try and spray, but Mezzy's is better. A double. 9 seconds to get the bomb down. Mantu's responsible. Valda's just running away.
Yeah, safe. Don't lose the AWP, Alex. You madman. You absolute madman. That AWP cannot be recovered unless Zeppa is... Oh, okay. Sneaky beaver.
Alex is going to be a little red-faced after that one. Fortunately saved by his teammate, but this is it. This is the round-winning move. Incendiary, smoke on top, spray straight through and knock off 2 heads. You couldn't ask for more from Mezzy there. Want enough to win the round and puts the T's on a bit of an awkward buy now because you've got the 2 saved AKs.
Yeah.
You're going to put some armor and some Tech-9s behind it. In fact, Alexi's pushed all of his chips to the center of the table. An armored Deagle, armored Tech-9. Is this fast? I've got a feeling they're throwing something quick. Alexi, a bit of a chop and change of the weapons. They will slow down, respect the util. Ooh, his spray does connect, and he gets a couple of tracers back. Dangerous game Essetag's playing. He knows he's up against lesser weapons, but his bangs straight through.
Oh,
Valda catching good damage as well, yeah. He's got the lineup, and he's well aware that that bears fruit.
A plant would be great here if you're OG. No loss bonus coming through for those saved rifles.
It's Alexi as well.
All right, well, being peppered up like this just reminded me of the nuke early stages for OG's CT side. They were doing a lot of damage. They were shutting them out. Cloud9 are looking to do the same here, not giving away many gaps whatsoever. They've even been able to gamble the 4th member of Alex towards B, floppy onto Issa, and now the rest of the dominoes should fall swiftly after. 50 seconds remaining and not too much HP.
Ooh. Nice little variation. Valda itches his eye and composes himself, waiting for the call.
Very unlikely here, isn't it? 30 seconds left, just really waiting out the clock. Cloud9 have exhausted the majority of their nades, so they kept honest there.
That should be it. Booked it. Valda does find 1, and so these 2B defenders both opt for the pillar, and that's the frag they needed. Confirms our suspicions. As I say that, Valda does hit a spectacular scout shot. It's only enough to add another body to the list. So, weapons recovered. That AK still on the CT ranks, and Cloud9 yet to concede.
Yeah, well, that's why I was mentioning the bomb plant for OG. You can see the cash right now for Mantu, it's 3.4. Alexi's in the same boat. If they were able to get the plant, everybody could have had rifles as a minimum. But instead, it might be Galils and AKs as opposed to AWPs and AKs, which is quite a big difference. Now, Cloud9 are starting off very well. They've avoided any of the tilty rounds early. We got you guys at home on the fan cams there. Even a couple of Cloud9 jerseys in the mix. Back underway. It will just be a partial buy. So prioritizing those AKs and AWPs. OG will have a full buy next round. Let's see what they can do with these Deagles. Keeping them honest, playing it slow again like we just saw. Probably one of the better decisions. Oh, hello. Look at this.
That could not be earlier info. And a frag, no less.
These two always seem to be together. Joined to the hip, Floppy and Zeppa, aren't they? The 2 North Americans. On Nuke, they seem to be playing off each other quite well. Here in tandem, going for a bit of an info play.
Similar stories on their come up.
All right, well. You already have 1 casualty. How many more to follow?
Chad, I'm filling in my predictions. Who have you got for Mouse Sports Complexity?
That's a rough one. It's a really rough one.
God.
Dexter or JKS, that's the question.
Yeah.
I actually haven't predicted yet. I'll get it in soon, but look at this from Alexi. This is very cheeky. If Mezzy clears past and keeps walking...
He'll stare at that smoke until it fades. He's a... Oh, well, he will now. Alexi actually gets Alex. He'll have to be profusely apologizing for that one. He just has to stop the plant, and I think all is forgiven.
Wild spray.
And problem solved. Mantu found. Last ditch attempt, bit of a Hail Mary, Hail Mantu, great shot. Surely he's got nothing left. It will still be preserved. The AK lost, but Cloud9 still yet to drop a round. 7 from Mezzy, 6 from Zephyr at the top of the table so far. Yet to get Issa on the table.
Okay, well now the AWP's out. This is what they were having that partial buy for. So this is a full gun round from OG. We're going to really see how they want to approach this map. It's been clear in the later stages. They're happy to play it passive, happy to wait for Cloud9 to take some risks, maybe make a couple of over peaks to open that door. There's a couple of HEs brought in, so 3 of which. 1 for Mantu, Valda, and Alexi. Maybe there'll be a triple nade stack at some point if they've identified tendencies. They were trying to exploit some of the CT positions of Cloud9 on Nuke. That round versus Zephyr comes to mind. As now Mantu has the task here of dealing with any re-aggressions through bathroom, sees nobody's home, and now it's a head-on-head duel against Alex with the AWP.
Alex steadies his aim, not to be. Missed shot gives them room to maneuver. Alexi charges his troops towards Mezzy's location. He's alone. The flash, he has to turn it, and they peek perfectly off the back of that. As he returned his crosshair to contest. Alex responsible now for a lot, and he has just caught a glimpse in a tag through the wall onto Issa.
They have so much long control with a minute on the clock, so this is going to put a lot of pressure on the A defenders. If they push forward into bathrooms...
Woo! That's a shot and a half. Quick trade. Valda's there. Issa tags the surprise. Zephyr catching the lurk on Issa. Issa tag's got a lot to do here. 2 of them charging in. He tucks in. Makes a sound cue. Will need to fight, and he gets them both. All onto NBK. 101, and the NBK gets it right down to the wire. Whew! 8 HP spare. OG delivered their first. And that is enough to get Cloud9 already ringing the alarm bells.
Yeah, the money, because they've been whittled down with a couple of extra players. They're unable to afford that full buy. The loss bonus at this stage for them will only be 1,400, so not getting a cash injection that you might expect. And Issa very frustrated. But they did get the round, so see if he can keep that in check as the game moves forward. OG looking to respond. Cloud9 have put all their chips in. No AWP for Alex this time. Quite a heavy B presence early from OG. Lots of smokes. Trying to bait out any utility from Cloud9 that they can, and here we go. Up sandbags, they're going to trundle.
Yes, a tag. As it fades, he's already ready to start to unload. 2 kills, NBK responds. If he gets another, close, but no cigar, only Valda. Into the site, Floppy's low, Alex on the flank through Monster. The smoke will fade. As are Valda's chances with every passing second. They're closing the noose.
This is a huge gap.
Behind him. If he gets Floppy, he'll be able to adapt, but quickly found. And so Cloud9 return and actually scavenge away 3 AKs for the trouble.
Yeah, well, the fact that they were able to play that gimmicky moment in the smoke there was everything, right? When it faded, 2 of them were ready to get those sandbag kills, and that was basically the round. So a nice little maneuver to deal with OG's early pack rolling presence. But I think they might default back to more of those long plays that we saw before. 6-1. Interesting investment. Hero AK, Scout, and some upgraded pistols. Knowing they're going to get a big chunk in that loss bonus next round, OG investing a little bit more than you might be considering. And Cloud9 aren't really offering too much, right? Last round they did an aggressive maneuver. Now they're just back in the same static scenario. We're going to play 2 players over towards A. Chop and change as to where we think the aggression is going to come in. Alex playing the swingman. Tag's going to be the B rotator. That means...
Oh, no way!
Another wallbang.
Through the smoke, through the door, through the floorboards. I think he actually naded the door off just to make it even more destructive to Issa.
Well, he did have to fill the boots of...
I mean, dude, I'm just going to paint a picture. Like, just put yourself in Issa's shoes. You know, you're already hearing your teammates say, we just lack the firepower sometimes. You already probably had a couple of chats like saying, dude, we need some consistent fragging out of you. You're in your elimination game of Katowice, and you've just had your 8th death in a row come through a wall bang straight through the door floorboards.
Yeah, not the place you want to find yourself here, and they continue to get mopped up, so...
I think the Salt is going to start. It's going to be an internal battle now for Issa. He has to be able to shake that off if he wants to stay competitive with his squad here on OG. Only 2 remain. Shouldn't be too much of an issue as Zephyr wins that duel. It was perfect mid-range fight for an SMG to prevail. Nice angle from Alex. He's visible to NBK's dig, but not much more to come out of this one. A fresh 7 bullets. And a flash and an execution. We have 7 to 1.
Isn't this strange? I said to
Quite
Rush,
the juxtaposition.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we'll take you home today, right, Rush? And I was like, yeah, I think this one's going to be a bit of a slog, a bit of a 3-map affair. So maybe we're still on the cards for that. Map 1, it felt less likely, but they're battling back here, and this is a good lead for them to have. It's all about extending it. Same thing. We painted a picture for Cloud9 on Nuke. If they were able to get back at 5 or 6, they're still in with a shot. Well, same for OG. They can grab themselves a handful of rounds, 4 or 5 on their T side. Their CT side look very good on Nuke.
4 AKs. They've had more T weaponry than CT weaponry this start.
It's a dream scenario as long if they had that AWP instead of the MP9, but Floppy more than happy to operate with that. Even scratching his face.
Yeah, all good. Nothing to report.
Deep smoke there. You can see it's forced Alex and Mezzi to play in front of it for info, and in the meantime, they're actually taking long control. And this
they
is
do like their long.
Yeah, when they were successful, this is what they did, right? They'd flashed in, they'd killed Mezzi in this exact position, top of bathrooms.
Oh, just enough. Just as it fades for Vision. And Alexi B will be the first casualty of round 9. Battle for Toilets control continues. Advancing is NBK. Mezzi, relatively isolated. He's got Alex in tow for the swing on contact. And here it comes. Clean on both of them.
Tandem.
Awkward for S-Attack. Clean onto NBK though. We have a 3v3. He swings out. Very ambitious. And now the bomb can be planted. That's Issa's second frag, 2 of his first in this round. He's going to have to find some more. He's forced off the bomb, and he does. Go on, Issa. Down to the 1v1, though. Floppy has traded. It will be Mantu. Recovers an AK-47. Certainly makes it a whole lot easier. With 15 seconds, the pressure is on the big man Ting. Either hunt the frag or plant safe on Optimus. It's not safe, and Floppy can crouch on in. Clean as you like. Another found for Cloud9.
Looking for the orb. They're not quite sure where that's been dropped on over to. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get it, but the money is good for Cloud9. They can invest if they would like. And OG, well, that was the strat that helped them before. This time, unable to get across the line. And here's the opening. You're right with that smoke fade. The fact that they're still in that boost formation as the smoke was starting to fade, that was quite risky. And they mop it up. Floppy, the man with the weakest weaponry in the round, able to get round number 9. So all good in the hood here for Cloud9.
Quite the contrary for OG. An armored pistol round it will be. Mantu paid a heavy price to get through that incendiary. Stack nades, S-Attack throwing out one of his own. I swear if Issa dies again to this, he is going to lose his mind.
Yeah, if I'm a connector player, I'm hating my life now that the CTs are constantly nading open that door and harassing.
Right, so I guess I just have to join you guys. I won't be able to convey any of that early information about those short pushes for info. Mezzi toilets. Alex just going to be jumping intermittently between long and such. Nice smoke from Alexi B. You can see that that's going to enable their walk-up banana. Nice little stroll all the way into Mezzi.
This room is good. They can execute and get away with these pistols here. Mezzi needs a couple of frags.
And already one slipped the net. Gets awkward now as it fades. They start their advance. He tucks in. Oh, spotted another. Evades the flash. Needs to unload and has already found 2. Good stuff from Mezzi and Alex. The Brits hold the site. And that's another added to the Cloud9 list. Appropriately 9. Only 1 for OG here on the defense, and this is OG's pick. It's just backwards, Chad.
Yeah, so this was another great move by Mezzi. The fact that he was in toilets, spots 1, still is able to dodge back, get into the site, and then re-pivot. They were trying to punish him in transition there, so that's really good from them to be able to handle an eco like that cleanly. The thing is, I'm liking the ideas coming out of OG. They're just not getting across the line. It's hitting the headshots, same problem that Cloud9 had in that first half. It felt like individuals were hitting everything from OG. Well, now, feels like everybody from Cloud9 is hitting the shots that they need. So timeout was taken. Round 11. And we're not getting to, well, I guess this is last-ditch territory to start mounting some rounds on this T-half. Bank has been built. Cloud9 are going to have a couple more gun rounds to come, even if they do lose. And away we go. All right. Oh.
Please tell me that wasn't... I scream for a second, and we've got team damage, and it's a backstab as well. Right into his spinal column.
If things weren't going bad enough.
I think the comms is going to be a very, very challenging obstacle for the OG boys. They really do have to just clean it up. Forget about it. Can't impact it. Can't have any influence on the rounds that have passed. Oh, great. Standing his ground here. Mezzi actually has 3 players to contend with.
He's not backing off.
And he's not. There's another one. And he gets it as well. Surely not a third. Mezzi was done. Mantu sends him to the Shadow Realm, but I think the trap card's already activated. Mantu, Valda, hanging out by the rave, thinking about his choices. He got stabbed outside the club.
They haven't thrown in much of that aggressive CTA play, right? It's been more around the bathrooms. Mezzi's been dropping back more systematically, and here he's just gone, I guess I'll go kill him, boys. Yeah,
I mean, you can see how they just were not expecting him to peek out towards Fountain with 3 players in Playground. They swap the weapons over. 40 seconds for their 2v4 dream to become a reality. It's certainly, as that smoke blooms, even less likely. They opt for short. 2 players there to respond if they need to. Just having a conversation about how they believe it's best to approach it.
Maybe a save. I know that sounds ridiculous, considering the scoreline right here, but what are you going to do? You've got 16 seconds left.
You're going to kill Floppy.
And then what?
And then have no time. 8 seconds. You need to be planting now, lads. Yikes. Valda's
Don't go down after time. 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 Don't go down after time.
Not to die. He's done enough. He's done enough. I think the molly might be a little late. Didn't even get to bloom.
He almost won the round. Oh dear, there was 1 player surviving. Okay, well I guess that's what he's going to do. Save the orb, get a couple of kills, and give them another chance, I suppose.
Like, was there a pin pull on this Fountain player? Just out. Yeah, he hadn't got his weapon out. Another nasty death for Issa, though.
Yeah.
Machine's count of Issa's tilt.
Sometimes, though, it just feels like you're having one of those games,
Oh,
right?
God, yeah.
Valda had a good crack at it, all things considered. It's very late round. You know, we're not expecting them to pull a lot out there, so...
It's appropriate glasses to be wearing as a Cloud9 fan. Deal with it.
All right. Well, the saved orb, some upgraded pistols. It really hasn't been a whole lot from OG, unfortunately, just getting locked out of this one. Looks like B's where they want to go through. Monster Floppy has to stand and deliver here.
Nicely done into the first, and he continues to suppress, unloads his mag alongside Zeppa, and the 2 of them partner up for a double apiece. Alexi just desperately throwing his body into the mess. And well, Cloud9, this is as close to spotless as it really can get. OG with a single round to show for their T-side efforts. And oh my goodness, in the round recap as well, I mean, obviously it's T-side, but you can just see it's just constant across the board, destruction, domination. The long blue line, the single blip on the radar for OG. No one breaking double digits. And the death sentence can occur in this half.
Yeah, I feel OG need a couple, right? If I want to keep this one going, they need a couple of these last few. Damage early to Mantu. MBK also copping a bit of chip damage. They're not taking too much space early. I wonder if they default back to this long maneuver again. It got them room, right? They got close to the site. Alex and Mezzi going for a bit of re-aggression here. 1:20 left on the clock. Flash over long now. Mantu steps out. MBK takes the close fights, and they continue forward. Quite the spread right here from OG. Ready for any connector aggression, ready for any B aggression. Cloud9 stood still, planted. Alexi needs to come up with a bit of a miracle call here because they need a few more. So they're going through the paces. That much is clear.
Surely Mezzi's not peeking off the back of that. Perhaps just debating the idea that they don't have that information.
Are they actually going back to B with this? So Alex is going to get info that long is clear. They already knew that Mezzi had the planter covered, but just taking a deeper look, and now he can re-aggress. This is good teamwork. They're actually playing off of each other very well here.
They're walking up towards Banana and Toilets, and Mezzi could have a perfect timing here because they've been lingering in long for so long, they might consider it clear. Valda's pre-aiming it. Oh, he swings into Mezzi. Suddenly they hunt him. They will catch him before he tucks around the corner, so it will just be a one and done. Flash, they confirm S-Attacks on site. This looks
All
good
in
for
on A.
OG. 15 seconds. They all just need to get that spread, and there's the frags necessary. You're on more from NBK. Looking to make it clean as you like. It's Floppy desperately unloading his mag. He's got an AWP to play with, and will find at least the first. Give me something ridiculous. This knocks his head off. OG, you said they need a couple. Well, that's exactly what they've got. Two more would be nice.
Yeah, have a look at the money. It actually becomes possible now. Volder killing so many players before on that round where he had the AWP in the B site. We're seeing how much effect that can have on the economy here. That round looked so good for Cloud9 until it wasn't, right? They took info, they played off of each other, they were passive, it felt like they had the numbers in the right place. Mezzi goes forward, gets a kill, and that's where the round completely shifts. OG swarm, and you have to give a big thumbs up to MBK there. 2 clinical kills, entering into that A bomb site to really seal the deal. There is a chance to get 4 for OG. A very big chance. They win this one. Bank is troublesome for Cloud9. Oh, just.
Between the wickets, and now they flash. So does he.
Flashed himself.
So does he.
Oh, no.
Flashed himself.
Oh,
it was the little fence, the chain link fence. And they were completely unflashed. That is a nasty death. He's not only had that, he's been stabbed at spawn. It's been a real brutal half for Valder. Mezzi's holding this line. Alexi likely has the flash from a teammate. I'm trying to see where that would possibly come from. This is, not nowhere near. Man too long with NBK. He is just the lone wolf parking himself right next to the line in the sand drawn by Cloud9. The perimeter's established. Long, a threat. Zappa's responsibility, a more passive, jiggly line he's holding here. And here comes the first, and nearly the second. Mezzi's done something.
Oh.
Alex just ignored it. And again, OG fill the feed. These late hits, they're working.
Yeah, it's just such patient stuff from OG. They've finally been able to bleed out a couple of rounds.
And traded by NBK, it will be a third. OG have found a way, a recipe to find and nurture just a few rounds in the closing stages of this. And it's going to be enough to make it a little more awkward when we get into that second half.
Yeah, I think Zonix the man who says that 11-4 is the most deceiving scoreline, right? If Cloud9 are able to keep this to more of a 12-3 affair than an 11-4, not only will they get confidence from winning the last round after a really good half, they're going to hopefully be able to keep the aggression of the CT side of OG under bay. Under wraps.
At bay.
At bay, yeah. Mix the two together and get something that sounds completely wrong. All right, well, it will just be these pistols for the final round of play here in the first half. Round 15, Alexi, only 3 kills to his name. I think we'll see him come alive a bit more so on that CT half. Here's a bit more aggression, staying transitional. They tried Monster last time. This time it was over towards Sandbag, and they punish Volder. Another death over towards that B bomb site. MBK immediately taking space over towards A as they push forward.
Oh, this has caught Essa. And a second as well. The toes of Zeppa just tapped away at, looking like a good conversion of the last, what has it been? 2, now 3. Oh, unsignificant miss in the end of the day. It's just going to be Mezzi. He actually fakes the ladder drop-off. I wonder if Mantu's going to eat that bait.
Fobby has to go absolutely mental here.
Yeah, I can see a world where it's possible as he drops off.
He's just got no idea what's on the other side right now. Oh.
He wants the info monster. They fill the gap as he leaves. Mezzi has managed to find the gap. Floppy on the other side of Sandbag. So here's the chance.
Mantu knows it's a possibility.
Yeah, and it's held by Issa at the moment. Nice shooting.
As he needs to live now. Fobby has a chance.
Real big one. It's only the one, and OG take 4. 11-4. We swap sides. Cloud9 on the attack. Will we see 3? Pick. We're here on OGs with an 11-4 to dissect and to digest.
Yeah, so we might have a little bit of a delayed start to this one here.
Count me in for a Dust 2, though.
You want to play? You want to get some Dust 2?
I'm down for a D2. Okay. I like the way Alexi B calls T-side Dust 2. He's a proper brainiac, and it can look very cool. I'd like to see how that interacted with what seems to be a capable Cloud9. But there is also so much more to be played here on Overpass. Chad, you were talking about it. You were kind of planting the seeds for it. What's your genuine take on that? Those last few rounds where now OG have 4 accrued?
I think that OG have been together for such a long period of time now, right? right? That when you're in a situation like this, an 11-4 scoreline, you're probably not going in, especially being one map up in the series with too many worries, right? You probably have a lot of belief that they can get back into this one. MBK is currently leading the charts with 15 kills. If Mantu, Valda, and Alexi come alive at any given point as part of this comeback that we prophesizing right here, then there's a chance for this one to go the distance, right? Cloud9, a newer team. Zeppa's only been there a couple months. Obviously, Alex has been out of the in-game leading chair for some time. Might be some stressful moments throughout this one here, especially if the pistol round goes against them. So here's the two options. Cloud9 win pistol. They don't flub the second, and then they can run away with this one quite quickly. The other is they lose pistol. There's a couple of scrappy back and forth. 4 spy rounds, and OG can really start to mount and get back into this. Look, the pace at which OG were taking those final couple of rounds, you could see that they were happy just to take this at a very pedestrian pace, go through the motions and go for those late executes. But we're getting the bracket up on screen for everybody here because there's more games of Counter-Strike to be played today. Virtus Pro vs Renegades is currently live on the B stream, and later in the day we'll have Mouse Sports Complexity, big MIBR. MIBR kicked off the main stream today with an upset victory over Fnatic. You can see that result right there. Complexity lost a map to Wiz the Krakow, which I think came as a surprise to most people. Hades was a member of the team there from the Polish side who was turning some heads, putting down some big numbers, so maybe one to look out for in the future of Polish CS. Yeah,
I mean, Polish Counter-Strike has definitely kind of, been disseminated into what have been international rosters. Me, who was a propped-up name for a while now. Time is moving. Looks like the HUD is back, so we can get underway. OG do need to start with a bang here, so let's see if Alexi B is going to be locking things down with his squad. Mantu's responsible for the util. We do have the double nades, so similar take to Cloud9's defense. I wonder if that's the similar strategy.
Be interesting to see if they're playing retake on one of these sites. They're not playing retake A by any means. They're actually quite aggressive. So these nades, I'm not sure what they have up their sleeve for them. MBK aggressive, sees nothing, might hear some footsteps, and Long's pushing too.
Whoa, that's a lot more than it's a bargain for. He does go down. Valda will have to back away, just smashing his S key, but he takes one with him. Mezzi forced to watch as the 4v3 unfolds. Alexi quiet this time on Overpass. He had a great performance on Nuke. Very influential stuff. That is a problem. Throws out his nade in a fear of his life. He does use it to back away though, and so he will live to fight another day. NBK, his day may be about to happen.
Ooh.
Tag spots him out. Alex can double swing. He stands his ground. He's ready and willing. He's got the confidence behind the aim.
MBK's gotten away now, so he slipped the net here. Not sure how he wants to rotate about this one because it still looks like it might be an A finish. There's 2 players on the site here. Mantu's over there. Well, now he's rotating away, and that just leaves nobody on A. They've gambled completely to this B bomb site, and you can see Cloud9. They're just all 4 making their way up long. They've got a smoke. They've got 2 smokes, a bunch of flashes here.
This spells trouble for OG. Unless Mantu can destabilize everything with his smoke grenade. It's a bit late now. He throws it out on the site. He'll be able to play around it at least. And the flash through it. That helps a whole lot. They will not check the smoke. Mantu's being
planning next to him.
Next to him, and he knifed him in the smoke. That's absurd. He will go down. Okay, calm down. Mantu, you cheeky bean. Imagine if that translated into anything more. You'd have felt like such a tit.
Jeez, that was very, very interesting. You saw the smoke vision come up there. Look, back turned. Oh, Alexi B.
No.
Oh.
Shooting them in the back of the head, it's never easy, but Floppy just planted next to Mantu, and he just has the audacity like, hello? That sounds pretty damn close, actually. I'm just going to have a little slash. But as he walks on out, Tag received him. So Cloud9 winning the pistol, that does certainly point towards a Dust 2, or at least a 13th.
Yeah, well, one thing that I'm not sure that... Well, no, Cloud9 should account for it. Mantu can have an AWP next round. That wouldn't have been possible without that knife kill.
Nice and quick.
Thank you very much. We love the teams that play the full ecos like this, don't we? Make it quick. Make sure Rush doesn't have to get involved on the cast.
MBK now all alone. Oh.
Thanks, Rush.
Sorry. It was... He chimed in. He was a little bit late, though.
I mean, I was worried he wasn't here. I hadn't heard him in a while.
I saw him walking through the back halls.
Okay, good.
We're not allowed to be near each other anymore.
Does he carry the ball and chain? Like, does he carry it with him, or does he
He actually has a backpack for it now.
Oh, he does? Yeah, okay. Those new... never mind. Not going to make that joke.
All right. So Mantu, because of the knife kill on pistol, has an AWP. That wouldn't have been possible with Kevlar and the smoke and all the extra goodies if that didn't go down the way it did. So let's see. Do OG have any fight left, or is this another quick one?
Well, I like the look of the aggressive AWPing, that's for sure. You talked about it, and well, it may not last long. Mantu's trying to get the safe exit, and he has just about managed to get his body across the line of safety. Paid his dues.
I think they know the AWP's in play now. Connector control given. Pressure now towards sewer. Flash comes over. Alexi spotting that door open, trying to do a bit of peppering of his own. Nade goes over, lands on Mezzi's head, dunks him down. They're forcing the issue at B here.
They are, and they're taking a lot of space. Look at this, they're already in. Floppy's drawn blood. Issa goes down, traded. But the bloodshed continues. 3 frags in favor of OG. Valda was close ramp, and that's the responsibility of Mezzi. Can't get it done, can Issa? He's got 3 to find. They are low enough that this Galil can certainly be very lethal, very much needs to be found early. Here gets another NBK on the advance from Heaven. Alexi jiggling for info if he could just find the surprise. Another.
Oh my,
the trade from Mantu.
Gosh.
Couldn't get closer than that. The last player with just a scrap of health.
Yeah, that's why I was a bit curious about NBK's peak. His teammates were low, so that could have fallen apart very quickly, but maybe wanting to get some confidence under their belt. And that does sound a little bit silly, but they were looking so good on Nuke with their fights. Maybe they're just trying to translate that now to the CT side. So you can see NBK from Heaven, he was the high HP player. He goes down, and there's a real chance. So Mantu, okay.
Yeah, damage control. I mean, as soon as he saw that, like the adjustment coming in from the last man S attack there, wasn't far off.
They save the AWP, so they carry that through. 13-5, aggressive from NBK, very aggressive from NBK.
Can't let that one go. I thought it was a guarantee. Now he's the one that's low. Down to 10. Things will slow down only for a moment. Valda's on for a double there. Aggressive out short water. And it's just profiting non-stop. 3 bloody kills. Floppy's coming behind them both. This is elevated and Floppy lines him up. Surely not a 2v5. Esatag and Floppy up against the wall. The smoke recovered from the corpses of OG. He'll deploy that towards Heaven, which is great.
Oh, so much room to work with now.
And one's ahead of it. He isolates a Jewel with the recovered utility. I am loving it. Mantu advancing, he has to. Kit on MBK, but 10 HP. Floppy gonna be the first to take contact. Advancing is Mantu. NBK so low. A single flash. Where do you throw it? Running out of time now. You got to get on that bomb. NBK's the one. That's the kit. That's the round. What a turn. Floppy and Esatag clutch up.
I can't believe it. That round there, it looked like OG perfectly had pushed them around the map. I was getting ready to start saying, you Cloud9, they're playing at a faster pace. OG's aggression, it's forcing them into these stacks.
I mean, Valda started that off with a double kill. A triple kill. A triple kill. Here it is. 2 versus 5. 2 men up against the world. OG are gonna be kicking themselves. This is the double.
This is great. These 2 players are low, but you know what's even more insane? Esatag, he was the man that took the damage from MBK initially at that playground aggression, and he is the key to that round right there. So great stuff from Cloud9 to turn that around.
Look what it's done to OG. Mantu did save his AWP, and he may not have it for long. He goes for a very ambitious, aggressive maneuver. A missed shot will enable him to get away. Just in the nick of time as Esatag does start his sweep.
Yeah, so this is an all-in. OG lose this, well, basically game over here. The loss bonus not going to help them on the CT side at this stage. But still, they have all these smokes to work with. Holding on to all 5, yet to throw them out. They're being very strong, holding their nerve here. You see teams dump them quite early as soon as any pressure's felt. They're waiting for a good tell as Alex is lining up a flash here to go over long. Setting up his teammate Esatag, picks off, clears close, and takes the space. So this is good info. Yeah, very good stuff. And now the smokes start coming out, so the re-aggression from OG is possible.
And that's what Mantu wants, is a really nice tight line here he can hold. He's got MBK as well, tucked in tight. Flashes are so good. Mantu's vulnerable. Oh! It's the no-scope. He won't get anything else. Is there anything more for OG? Doesn't look like it. The MAC-10 fills the feed with 2. Just Issa and Valda. Bombs already planted courtesy of Mezzi. Valda and Issa just scarpering away to save what little schmackles they can. Brutal way to go down. See if their scavenger mission can find anything. Looks like 15 for Cloud9. Have we seen decisive wins from Cloud9 consistently? I'll be honest, no.
It's normally labored.
Normally they have to work really damn hard for those final few rounds, so I'm...
Squeak through.
Seeing 15, it's not by no means time to relax.
Maybe Cloud9 have caught a case of the OGs, because OGs seem to have a tough time winning their own map picks, right? So
that used to be the story, didn't it?
Yeah, so maybe Cloud9 are doing a bit of the same here. And you'd think when both teams go up against each other, they might actually win their own map picks, but not the case here today. One more round required, 15 on the board.
It's not something that gets much attention, but it would be something that, upon reflection would be really interesting, is to hear, when new teams are formed, the process of defining what your map is. It's not going to be personal preference so much as it could be results, but not all results, because you don't know how much of the enemy's approach affected your own impression of your map success. Like, for example, the reason you're picking Nuke on your elimination game of Katowice is because you believe it's your best map.
Sure.
Alexi B just made you look like fools on it.
Exactly, yeah.
Now here's, now the shoe is on the other foot.
I'm very curious about that. Like, this is one of the things where I'm not sure how much Australis get a say in the veto, for example, right? Or teams with really strong coaches.
True.
Because if I was a player and I just knew that my coach was going to say, yeah, we're playing Dust 2 today, right? And that's what I'd prefer.
That's where the story ends.
But as an in-game leader, you want to be feeling comfortable in the way that you call, right? So obviously that relationship between the coach and game leader needs to be quite tight-knit. But at the same time, your in-game leader might think your best map is Overpass, and your best map is actually, I don't know, Train.
Personal opinion time. When the map was, so in this example, the coach has told you the map, would you believe that it would be against the player's interests to voice concerns over the map?
Do you mean after
when it's
the coach
already
has
locked
told you?
in?
No,
Yeah.
shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth and
Just play. It's too late at that stage. You're playing it anyway.
Those little complaints can grate upon a leader and the team's confidence. Let's see if OG have got anything left in the tank here. I do like the setup, and there is contact expected. For utility, Mezzi's been throwing a Molotov that perfectly burns both. He's got a smoke in his hand for this one, so they might just try and smoke it off and open the door. But that's the angle MBK was holding. Mezzi adjusts nicely. They don't get the lethality.
Oof.
Very low Mezzi, though. The wallbang from Valda nearly finding two. Issa. Oh, okay, needed that.
Good kill from Issa.
A necessary win. Esatag, will he check his right? He's just walked straight past Alexi B.
Okay, the rotation up connector here doesn't even get a chance.
Okay, this is looking all good in the hood for OG, and Esatag has potentially thread the needle. Looks like Esatag is, Issa.
Issa versus
Issa. That's a new one. Esatag.
Oh dear. That was a good round from OG.
It was.
You see what I mean about them pushing them into the setups they have? So that connector play pushed them out. Issa was well aware that the eyes were going to be drawn to connector, and he's punishing the extra space. And I felt that's what they did well on the round that they ended up losing previously. Here they're able to convert, get themselves a 6th. But this is where, if you remember what we were saying on Nuke, when you're on the more dominant side and your back's against the wall, it's still hard to convert these games. Sure, what, 10, well, they can't get 10 in a row, can they? Grab the last couple of rounds here to try and take us to overtime. It's still super difficult. It means you just can't mess up. Sounds simple when I put it like that. Just don't mess up.
Guys, it's really obvious, actually, what you
Nobody make a mistake and hit all your shots.
Coaching would be easy if that was all you had to do.
Yeah. Okay, well, Cloud9 are going to give it a crack with Deagles here, so you can see just a bit of a light investment. Next round with the lost bonus should be able to get the purchases coming through. A couple of flashbangs. If they can find a stray head and then use these flashes to capitalize, take a bit more space, now we're talking. But you can see the passive stance from OG across the map. Take a quick look at the top left. They have sewer control, passive on Monster, passive on A. Actually crawling forward for a bit of info. So as they secure backyard control and connector control, thanks to that door being blown off, it also gives these A players the indication that maybe you'll be under threat soon. So focus up, get your eyes trained on that crosshair, and smokes can be limped out now. So one over towards Divider, more utility to work with. Issa has a truckload. Valda has a little bit for himself as well. MBK still has a smoke, and he's in one of the most vital positions up close towards the bathrooms right here. Looks like it's going to be flash and go from Cloud9.
Oh. Looking for multi-kill. He only gets the 1-for-1, so MBK taken down. A dunk, though, from the nade. Mantu does so much damage. Floppy's only got 4 HP, but he still hits the shot. Bomb loose. One more deagle and we're talking. Zeppa finds it. Now the conversation quickly interrupted.
Oh!
Another banging deagle from Zeppa. A 9 HP, 1 deagle. Dream, he can't hit it. Not far off. Alexi B, though, in a one-on-one, saves OG's chances of what will have to be a 7-round comeback into 23rd round now. To close this gap.
Cloud9 can definitely buy here. Maybe they're just discussing what execute that they want to bring on through. Alex has actually opted into the Krieg, which tells me they're just going to play it slow. So they're using that in lieu of the AWP. OG have been able to make the buy work. Orp once more for Mantu. MBK aggressive again, this time down towards Connector, was where he took a glance, but he's dropping back quite swiftly. A slower approach from Cloud9 here. If they show enough of a threat across the map, can milk out as much utility as OG want to offer. They've done a good job of holding on to these smokes previously, as highlighted last round. Here's that Molotov you were talking about. So
it's just lovely because it spreads into both of the ratty corners.
And that little stairwell completely cleared on out. No need to hard clear on the right. Keeping it as quiet as you like here, not wanting to give away too many sound cues. And a passive setup from OG means that, well, the early warning system isn't in play. There's a flash. And one in return. So this is just posturing right now, the back and forth, the poking and prodding, seeing who's where. Note the bomb is down, back towards T-spawn as well.
He's ahead of it. That's an important duel. A trade as well. A second on the cards. Floppy gets out. Okay, more utility but milked, but there is still a smoke in play for NBK. He's on long, won't be able to implement it onto the B defense. The last two blooming now on Monster and Short respectively. There'll be about a 30-second window where there is no smoke to defend and to hold them at bay. EsseTag joining the fray from Monster. Mezzy going to be showing a little bit of presence towards that toilets rotate. Oh, they hear it.
Oh, they're going straight
So
past.
loud.
This flank's going to be nuts. Bye.
And a second. Zep is so sharp, but this is already a round ruiner. Wait.
They're bitten on it.
Wait. Huh. He has no idea where he just got shot from. Alexi's silencer is so brutal. The silence dink. He just turns around. Maybe? I don't know.
Oh, yikes. Okay. OG, again, another round. Starting to look better and better with these rounds moving forward. And MBK just catching him pants down, nades out. A bit unfortunate he doesn't get the second there. Maybe with the M4 he would have. And we do have a bit of a timeout here, ladies and gentlemen. So bear with us. Let us get this one sorted for all of y'all. Listen to some of the tunes. Rush, let's do a check-in with you, mate. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
What's the food been like today? I had some catering earlier. I went for the rice option.
Yeah, I had like it was like some spaghetti.
Yeah, there
like,
was spaghetti meatballs.
This like chicken curry. It was pretty nice.
There was a chicken curry?
I lapped it up, man.
I didn't know there was a curry. I missed
There was a
the
chicken
option.
curry?
I think it was. It tasted like it.
Okay, well,
Shoot.
all right. We didn't see that one. Maybe we'll take a look later.
I'd like to take a look at
Dinner's coming
that.
soon.
Oh,
Hey, Rush, why don't you give us a professional recap of what we've missed on that B stream?
Well, you know, to me it looks like Virtus Pro doing pretty well here. And that's the 12th round. That's going to be half time if my calculations are correct. 15 rounds is one half of Counter-Strike, and 12 plus 3, that's 15.
Thank you very much. That's Rushley 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for more analysis like that. But it did look like not only 1-0 up in the series, but a 12-3 half is indicative that we will get Virtus Pro joining us in that main event.
yeah, as much as I would like to see the Renegades succeed, I think Virtus Pro are well and truly needed in the top 16 as we move forward into the main group stage. They have been an absolute threat in these last couple of months. Can't wait to see more of Yakinda. But Cloud9, they fixed their technical woes and they're back underway with just some upgraded pistols. Now, at this stage, Alex, if you're Cloud9, it feels all good. It's like we just need one more, right? We just
I'm
need one more
not
round.
stressing right now.
Make a save, you know, it's all good. We'll just use the pistols. We'll try and keep it costly. The pressure hasn't mounted just yet. As soon as we start getting in the realms of a 15-12 scoreline, that's definitely going to change because you've had so many gun round chances and so many... Okay. Thank you, Volda. Had a lot of opportunities to try and get across the line, and you've squandered them, or you flubbed them, or you're starting to think, oh, maybe if we did this, or maybe if I just made this kill, it's going to start creeping up on you. So, Cloud9, if you're not going for faster plays now, right, if you're going for this more slow stuff, it becomes very obvious towards the tail end of the game, you're going to throw a couple of cheeky quick rushes in. If we get to that stage, OG should be more than prepared for that style. And they can just continue doing what they're doing. Sure, 15-8, scoreline's not great, but what's the rush is we see a bit of a run boost.
He does get Mezzy across safely, but what's he supposed to do with a Tech 9? Die. It's what he does. Zephyr CZ just keeps it from being a spotless round, and AWP recovered, no issues, OG 9. So, that is 4 in a row. 5 total for their CT side, so the score is currently 4-5.
I would really love to see if there's a pocket fast strat from Cloud9. I don't want to see it now because they invested into AKs. But when your money's around this level and you know that max loss bonus keeps coming in, try something fast to catch them off guard. Maybe go like 3 Mac 10s, a couple of AKs, and go for like a fast B hit and see if you can crack it because you still have the buffer. As soon as that buffer's gone, like I'm mentioning,
like now is your chance to be having that freedom. The freedom is gone when you're staring down the barrel of a 15-12, 15-13. I'm on board. Zeppa's about to be mowed down. The double from the Flames. He assists himself with the wallbang. And just like that, another round is lost. Chad, I told you it was labored. Cloud9, they don't know how to make it easy on themselves.
And I think the OG right now, this same wall as we saw them put up on their side of nuke is coming out. The individuals are hitting some good shots and even getting the mollies that work. Is Alex up and over? 1.5, not enough.
Yeah, if that was a clean 2, a different story perhaps.
So you see, right, they didn't plan, so they have the max loss bonus. So that's the 3,400 that's going to keep consistently coming into their bank account. This is half by territory. This is where you're talking the Tech 9s, the Mac 10s, etc. If you have a pocket strat, use it, right? You make them for a reason, right? Even if you don't 100% believe that's working with the game plan right now, it's better than this. You know, running out, having Issa get revenge. He got paddled in connector in the first half, and now he's offering out some of his own through the boards. And the smiles are creeping onto the faces of OG. So this is looking better and better as a partial buy looks like a bit of a B play. Through the molly again.
Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared for the B defender. Valda's got 4 bodies about to flood into his location. No issue. Flashed on the second, still holds the spray. Clean from Alex, but not going to find a second just yet. Oh. Good dink. Alexi on Heaven on notice. If Cloud9 can find a plant, things have potential to go awry. That smoke almost aids Alex in his escape, and they all do, running straight into a nice dry duel with an AK-47. This one is done. This one is dusted. Dust is our 3rd map, should we require it. The question of whether we do continues here in this run from OG.
And that's where the lack of primary AWP might really be felt on the side of Cloud9.
Looking for their 6th round in a row. Cloud9 have had that many opportunities, albeit not all with the comfortable buy. It is that armored Tech 9 and 7 HP. Oh, and the stray bullet didn't quite find him. He lives to fight another day.
The Mezzi 1-on-4 with 7 HP in the Tech 9.
Do you remember that one?
I do remember that one. It was quite the historic day. The crowd, they couldn't believe it. Oh, the rookie, the Brit, they were on their feet. They weren't yelling smooth up.
Everyone was so happy. We had the clangers.
Yep.
You had your little backpack with all your snacks for the day.
You're paying $9 for a slice of pizza.
Paying, yeah, $12 for a Coke. And
parking was a nightmare.
You end up just having yourself a good time, all things considered.
That's true. I remember the last one we did. I did a shoey, then I went to the bathroom, and I was in there because I had my wet shirt, and everyone wanted a photo with me in the toilet when I had half a shirt on. So that was.
I remember Jason going for the ambitious maneuver of like giving his Brazil jersey.
Oh yeah,
to a fan, but that was at the desk, which was in the center of the arena. So then he proceeded and realized his mistake, that he would have to get that beautiful bare chest out and walk his way, taking photos with fans, like having to deny them. Like, sorry guys, I don't know if you can tell, I'm shirtless right now. I'm probably not ready for a photo or two.
Look at MBK's ADR. This is actually really nice stuff from him. Over 100 ADR throughout the course of this game, and they've been down with quite a huge deficit.
I mean, yeah, you had that list of players you want to see delivering. NBK wasn't at the tip of your tongue, so to find this consistency out of someone who's been competing. I mean, did you see that post on Twitter recently? Nathan Izzle joining VG, however long ago it was. My lord.
A lifetime ago now.
Still, mouse and keyboard in his hand professionally. Nice little maneuver to keep Valda with the element of surprise. He's pushing it! What are you up to? If he gets this is golden. Perhaps not, though. Maybe bronze. Alexi B's hunting to fill the gap as well. Alex has no info that this has been taken this quick.
Yeah, look at this from Alexi.
This is odd.
Are they going to drop back towards or continue towards A? But either way, the territory's been taken. So this is a massive play from Alexi. He's just parked himself. They cannot go back to B.
Which, I mean, yeah, but it puts a whole lot of pressure in a 4 versus 2. NBK's solo right now. Clean first. He's having a great game here. Zeppa knows where he is. They try and flash him off the line, but he's doing his job. They're hunting. And it will be Zeppa's.
Alexi has some questions to ask himself now. If he leaves this position and they rotate back and they end up going through connected to B, well, he's just lost all the territory he's gained. This limbo position was good, but now that MBK is down, there are real problems. And Cloud9 can regroup, 2-on-3 situation, trade efficiently.
He's got to take a gamble, hasn't he? And look at Alex, he's even starting to maneuver that way.
With the bomb.
Does he really do it?
The bomb's going to be in no man's land with 30 seconds left.
Oh,
Alexi's about to win the round.
Oh, no, he's not. He's gone back to short pipe. 25 seconds. So
what are they doing?
This is odd. I mean, obviously, I understand why, because there's util being thrown towards Mantu. He's desperate to not have the poor guy go 1v3, but he doesn't know. The bomb is going B, and as he hears the door...
play.
They're selling this fake so well. 8 seconds. Convinced still they're winning this round. As the bomb goes down, Alexi's going to be assuming it's still on this site. He won't be hearing the beeps. Esetag disappears into bank, and Cloud9 start to recline their chair.
He has to push through Esetag, through the labyrinth of CT spawn, just to get to Alex where the bomb's planted.
So loud. Such a perfect picture as to what he's holding, and Esetag confirms it. We're going to 3. Dust 2 required to separate Cloud9 and OG.